Hello friends. First of all, my sincere apology as due to some reason I could not conduct this brain teaser reason. I was I was somewhere also could not conduct the lectures. We'll be continuing this series from today onwards. We are going to study our solar system from a prelims examination point of view. I would suggest every one of you to go through this lecture very sincerely and also just try to share this video with as much as friends possible so that it could have a more reach and will get more and more inspiration, more and more motivation from your side. Also, I'm making an effort to cover basics as well as the point where you could get a question in this examination, so that this will be more beneficial for you and permanently beneficial for you for all kinds of competitive examinations, specifically UPSC prelims, CDS, Staff Selection Commission examination. So let's go for it. We are going to study in geography solar system. So let's start what it contains. So basically this is about your solar system. First we'll go in basics of the solar system, what it says. See, just a brief idea about the solar system. In our solar system, total 8 planets are there. Earlier 9 planets were there, but Pluto, which was later on deleted by, or which was later on relegated as a dwarf planet by International Astronomical Union, has been reduced. So currently our solar system has 8 planets and many other celestial bodies which revolves around the sun in an elliptical orbit. So here what you have to remember? You have to remember the path of revolution of all these celestial bodies around the sun is in elliptical orbit. I am explaining you what point to focus from prelims point of view. So here remember, the path of revolution of all these celestial bodies is elliptical. First point, the dwarf planet named as Pluto was removed from the list of the planets by the International Astronomical Union in the year 2006. Here the year is important, which is 2006. Second important thing is go on internet and search few important points about International Astronomical Union. Whenever you search these points on internet, you get a Wikipedia page. On that Wikipedia page, one chart is given which talks about headquarter, then founding year, then who is Director General, which is parent organization, which is treaty, and all other things are there. So try to remember that chart for all points that I am going to cover over here. So remember, this particular Pluto was removed from the list of planets by International Astronomical Union, where year is important, which is 2006. Sun is the only powerhouse of the solar system. Here word only is important. It is the only source of energy in the solar system. Next important point, planet Mercury is nearest to the sun, while planet Neptune is the farthest from the sun. Here you have to remember one important point for which are the planets in our solar system. So here try to remember these things. MVE, then MJS and UN. So remember these names, MVE, MJS, UN. That is, M stands for Mercury, V stands for Venus, E stands for Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. So these are 8 important planets. So nearest planet is Mars, farthest planet is Neptune. Remember this thing. Now here these planets have been classified into 2 types. One is inner planet, second is outer planet. Now what is the basis? Here remember, there is an asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. Now always there is a question on asteroid belt, and the question is where this asteroid belt is located. Remember, asteroid belt is located between Mars and Jupiter. Very important point. I repeat once again, asteroid belt is located between Mars and Jupiter. Here remember, planets inside these belts are distinctly different from those outside in terms of size, in terms of composition, in terms of mass and in terms of number of moons and all those things. We are going to discuss those points somewhat in detail. So planets inside the asteroid belt and planets outside the asteroid belt have been classified into 2 different planets. One is called as terrestrial planet, second is called as Jovian planet. So why they are called so and what is their differences, that we'll try to understand. So this is the basic thing. Now few important point like next. Now here remember, planets inside the belt are called as terrestrial planet and they are Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars. 4 planets are there inside the asteroid belt, Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars, they are called as terrestrial planet, whereas planets outside the belt are called as Jovian planets. They are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, they are Jovian planet. Now here, what is basic difference? Here remember the basic difference. Terrestrial planets are nearer to the sun, while which are metallic mineral, which are composed of metallic minerals and rock crust with a thin atmosphere and have less number of natural satellites. Remember these few important points which are very important. Then second, what about Jovian planet? Jovian planets are away from sun. They are made up of hot gases, have rings around them. So this is specific character, and have large number of natural satellites. This is basic difference between terrestrial planets and Jovian planet. This difference is very important. Here definitely you could get a question in UPSC prelims as well as CDS and all kinds of combined examinations. Then we'll go for this entire picture. This you can see Earth, Mercury, Venus, Earth, then Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and the last one is Pluto, which has been removed from the list of planets by International Astronomical Union in the year 2006, one of the important dimension. Now, let's go for all these things. Let's try to understand the important facts about the sun and the planet, what it says. So, first, let's start about the sun, what it says. See, sun is the only star in our solar system and it is powerhouse of our solar system. First important point. Then second, the sun is composed of hydrogen 73%, helium 25%, gases and other metals. Sun carries almost 99% mass of our solar system. Just imagine the size of the sun. Sun carries almost 99% of the mass of our entire solar system. Now a question could come, which is the most important reaction going on inside the sun, which is responsible for this large amount of energy, due to which sun acts as a powerhouse for our solar system. So that reaction is nuclear fusion. Here nuclear fusion is going on between hydrogen atom, and this hydrogen atom are getting nuclear fused to form helium atom. So over a time period, what will happen? All these hydrogen atom will get exhausted and they will fill this entire sun in the form of helium. Again, nuclear fusion reaction will start in the form of helium. All these helium atoms will come together, they will combine together and they will form carbon, after which there will be death of the sun. So that process will go on. So that's why remember, sun, right now in sun, two hydrogen atoms are combining together to form a helium atom, and through this nuclear fusion of this two hydrogen atom for formation of helium, it is releasing a vast amount of energy, which is through a reaction of nuclear fusion. So over a time period, this will get converted into helium getting fused to form carbon and releasing large amount of energy. Then some important information like approximately sun is at a distance of 15 crore kilometers further away from the earth. It takes around 8 minutes and 30 seconds for light at the speed of 3 lakh km per second to reach the earth. Temperature at the surface of the sun is 5800 Kelvin or 5600 degree Celsius. And temperature at the core is 15.7 million degree Kelvin. Just imagine the temperature. Our body temperature is 37 degrees centigrade, and when we have fever, it goes to 38, 39 or 40 degrees centigrade, which is much higher. You can imagine it is around 15.7 million degree Kelvin. Temperature at the center, at the core of the sun. Just imagine the level of temperature. Imagine the amount of energy released by the nuclear fusion of two hydrogen atom, which leads to formation of helium. Then let's go for the information about the planets. What are the planets? What are the important facts about the planets? So what is a planet? A planet is a celestial body. Celestial body moving in an elliptical orbit around a star is known as planet. So here remember, it is a celestial body, and what is the path of movement of planet? It is elliptical orbit. That's why here again point important is elliptical orbit, and it is moving around the star. That's why it is known as planet. Then what about important information? So first thing here remember, the planets of our solar system are divisible into two important groups. One is planets of the inner circle, second is planets of the outer circle. Now what is meaning of planets of inner circle? As the planets lie between sun and asteroid belt. I told you just few minutes back, asteroid belts are located between Mars and Jupiter. So the planets which are located between sun and asteroid belt are called as planets of inner circle, or they are also called as inner planets, or they are also called as terrestrial planet. What is meaning of terrestrial planet? Planets which are Earth-like, as they are made up of rock and metals and minerals and elements and having relatively high densities. They are called as terrestrial planet. Why? Because they look like an Earth. Then second class is planets of the outer circle, which are also called as outer planets, or the gas giant planets. Important word is gas giant planets, or the Jovian planet. Why Jovian planets? Jovian meaning Jupiter-like. So terrestrial planet which look like Earth, Jovian planet which look like Jupiter. So inner side planets are called as terrestrial planet, outer side planets are called as Jovian planet. So this is a basic difference between the two classes of the planets. Now we'll go for every planets one by one. First, let's start with the Mercury. What it says first about Mercury. Now here few points you have to remember. First, Mercury, it is closest planet to the sun and it is very hot planet. I am not using word hottest. It is very hot. It means some other planet is there in solar system which is hottest in entire solar system, but it is not Mercury. But important thing, Mercury is closest to the sun, first thing. Second, it is smallest planet in the Earth system. Here, whenever I am using superlative degree, you have to keep that superlative degree in mind. Here remember, Mercury is the smallest planet in the solar system with a diameter of 4,900 km only. Third important point, it is fastest planet in the solar system with a speed of 1,72,500 km per hour to complete revolution around the sun in 88 days. Important thing. And this is a planet with no water and gases. So it means Mercury do not have water, it do not have gases like nitrogen, hydrogen, oxygen and carbon dioxide are not found in this particular planet. This is important. Now, second planet is about Venus. So Venus, what is the most important character? Venus is the hottest planet in entire solar system. That's why it is important. Smallest and fastest is Mercury. Hottest planet is Venus. So Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system with a surface temperature of 478 degrees Celsius. With a surface temperature of 478 degrees Celsius, important thing. And it is also known as Earth's twin. So this is a potential question. Which planet of the solar system is called as Earth twin? Here remember, Venus is called as Earth's twin. It is because of the similarities, size and mass between Venus and Earth. It means Venus and Earth have similarity in the mass and size is the reason why Venus is called as twin of the Earth. Then it is one of the two planets in the solar system which rotates around the axis in clockwise direction. It means in our solar system, out of 8 planets, only 2 planets are there which revolve around Earth, around its axis in clockwise direction, whereas remaining 6 planets are there which revolves around its axis in anti-clockwise direction. Clear? So 2 and 6, 2 planets revolve around its axis in a clockwise direction. Remaining 6 planets are there which revolve around its axis in anti-clockwise direction. You have to remember these 2 and those remaining 6 planets. Also important thing, Venus is the brightest star in entire solar system. Remember, Venus is the brightest star in entire solar system. It can be seen in the morning and evening with our open eyes. That's why they are known as evening star or morning star. So this is important point. Which planet in the solar system can be called as morning star or evening star is a potential question for prelims and all other kinds of MCQ examination. Then next important planet is Earth. Let's go for the Earth. See, Earth is the third planet from the sun. MVE, Mercury, Venus, Earth. By the time, Earth is the only planet where life exists. Very, very important thing. Third, Earth takes around, this factual information important, Earth takes around 23 hours, 56 minutes and 40 seconds to complete its rotation on its axis. Remember, Earth rotates on its axis in an anti-clockwise direction. Very important point. Remember, Earth rotates on its axis in an anti-clockwise direction, and it takes around 365.26 days to complete its one revolution, that is in its orbit around the sun. That is important. Then here remember, mass of the earth is 5.98 into 10 raised to 24 kilogram, and its diameter is 12,756 kilometer. First point. Second point, the escape velocity of the earth is 11,200 meter per second. And third, obliquity. It means earth's axis is not in 90 degree, it is slightly tilted, and that degree is 23.4 degree. It has tilt of axis to the degree of 23.4 degrees. Now next important point you have to remember, mean density of the earth is 5.514 gram per centimeter cube, and the surface is 510,072,000 kilometer square. Mean surface temperature of the earth is 281 degree Kelvin. The mean maximum surface temperature is 310 degree Kelvin, and the mean minimum surface temperature is 260 degree Kelvin. They won't ask you these factual data, only the data that I told you important you have to remember. Now about atmospheric composition, remember the major atmospheric components of the earth are nitrogen 78%, oxygen 20.95%, argon 0.930%, and carbon dioxide 0.039%. You have to remember all these percentages. They will definitely ask you a question on this percentage. The next important planet is Mars, the last inner planet, last terrestrial planet. Mars is known as red planet. Why? It has iron rich red soil. Remember this word, every specific name should be remembered. Mars is known as red planet due to large quantity of iron rich red soil. Second important point, it is second smallest planet in the solar system after Mercury. So Mercury is the smallest, then second smallest is Mars. Here you have to remember, this Mars has two important natural moons. One is Phobos, second is Deimos. They will definitely ask a question. Phobos and Deimos are the natural satellites of which planet? So here remember it is Mars. It has a thin atmosphere and surface which is composed of valleys, craters, deserts and ice caps, etc. So it is full of geomorphology. And last point, Olympus Mons, the largest volcano and largest mountain in our entire solar system, is found on the Mars. So this is important point. Last point, remember this last point here. Olympus Mons, it is the largest volcano and tallest mountain in our entire solar system, which is found on the Mars. The next, which are outer planet, that is Jupiter, which start with Jupiter. Between Mars and Jupiter, there is a belt of asteroid. Now, what are the important components of Jupiter? Remember, first thing, it is largest planet of the solar system with shortest rotation. Two things you have to remember about Jupiter: largest planet, shortest rotation. Largest planet, shortest rotation. Second point, it has an atmosphere which is filled with hydrogen, helium and other gases. I told you terrestrial planets are rocky, whereas Jovian planets are gaseous. I repeat difference once again, terrestrial planets are rocky, whereas Jovian planets are gaseous. Now, third important thing that you have to remember, it is third brightest object in this night, in the sky after Moon and Venus. Moon, Venus, which is called as morning star or evening star. After Moon and Venus, Jupiter is the third brightest thing in the sky. That you have to remember. Great red spot, a giant storm in the solar system exists on this planet. So here they could ask you which is the giant storm found on which planet. It is on the Jupiter, that you have to remember. Now it has at least 79 moons, including 4 large moons which are famous. They are also called as Galilean moon. Why? Because they were discovered by Galileo, so they were called as Galilean moon. The names of those 4 moons are Iowa, Europa, Ganymede and Callisto. Io, Europa, Ganymede and Callisto are the 4 important moons which were discovered by Galileo. Ganymede is the largest among them. That's why remember Ganymede is the largest moon of the Jupiter. It has an unclear ring around it. Important thing. This has an unclear ring around it. Then comes the point of Saturn. So let's go for what Saturn says. Remember, it is second largest planet in the solar system and a gas giant. First largest Jupiter, second largest Saturn, smallest Mercury, and then second smallest Mars. Has bright and concentric rings around it which are made up of tiny rocks and pieces of ice. So they are icy rings. Saturn can float on water because it has density less than water. So they could ask a question, which planet can float on water? Here remember, Saturn can float on water. It has at least 82 moons and Titan is the largest moon of Saturn. Remember, Titan is the largest moon of the Saturn. Then comes the point about Uranus. What it says? See, first thing, it has the third largest planetary radius and fourth largest planetary mass in the solar system. It is greenish in color. This is specific. Uranus in greenish in color. That's why it is important. It was discovered by William Herschel in 1781. It is known as ice giant. The atmosphere of Uranus is composed of hydrogen and helium primarily, but it also contains more water and ammonia, etc. It has coldest planetary atmosphere in the solar system. This is important point. It has coldest atmosphere in the entire solar system. It rotates clockwise on its axis like Venus, unlike other planets. So here remember, it is Venus and Uranus which rotates in a clockwise direction. How to remember? UV. Two important words closer to each other. UV. Uranus and Venus are the two planets in entire solar system which rotates in a clockwise direction, whereas remaining 6 planets in our solar system, they rotates in an anti-clockwise direction. That is important. It has at least 27 moons and famous moon is Miranda, Ariel and Umbriel. Miranda, Ariel and Umbriel are 3 important satellites. Then comes last one, that is, last planet is Neptune. It is farthest away planet from the sun, first case. It is also ice giant, atmosphere primarily composed of hydrogen and helium. It is bluish in color because of methane. So remember, Neptune is bluish in color, whereas Uranus is greenish in color. Two important differences. Neptune greenish in color, Neptune bluish in color, Uranus greenish in color. Now the question is why Neptune is greenish in color? Due to presence of methane. It is 4th largest planet and 3rd most massive planet in the solar system. Important aspect. It is discovered by it is discovered by John Gale and Urbain Le Verrier in 1846. The only planet in the solar system found by mathematical prediction is Neptune. It is the only planet which was found in the solar system by mathematical prediction is Neptune. It has known 14 satellites. Famous is Triton. Triton is the famous satellite. Then comes another important about other space object. What are those other space object? Here first one is asteroids. So what are asteroids? These are small objects which are rocks, mostly debris, that revolve around the sun. Asteroids revolve around the sun. They are located between Mars and Jupiter. Then they are mostly found in asteroid belt which lies between orbits of Mars and Jupiter. These are also known as minor planets. See, Pluto is a dwarf planet. Asteroids are minor planet. They could switch the word while asking question in UPSC prelims. Ceres, Vesta, Psyche are some famous and largest asteroids in the solar system. Then comes the question about meteors and meteorites. What it says? See, these are also known as shooting stars. So first point where you could get a question, meteors and meteorites are called as shooting stars. Meteors are small sized rocky material which is generally formed due to collision between asteroids in the asteroid belt and they are approaching towards the earth. Because of the earth's atmospheric layer, these small rocks burn before reaching the surface. But there are some other meteors which do not burn completely and they land on earth's surface. They are called as meteorites. Meteor and meteorites are two different things. Those rocky material which burn while entering into the Earth's surface are called as meteors, but those asteroid collision material, rocky material, which do not burn completely and land on the surface of Earth are called as meteorites. Next is, here you have to remember Wilmette, Mavosi, Cape York and El Chaco are some meteorites found on the Earth. Lonar Lake in Maharashtra in India is supposed to be created by a meteor impact in Pleistocene epoch. The time period is important. Pleistocene epoch, they are called as they are called as meteorite lake. Then next is about comets. What are these comets? So here, these are shiny, luminous, tailed stars. See, we have seen meteorites and meteors are called as shooting stars. Then comets are called as tailed stars, जिसको हम धूमकेतु भी कहते हैं. Right? These are rocky and metallic minerals surrounded by frozen gases. These are, remember, these are generally found in Kuiper belt. Asteroids are found in Mars and Jupiter, and meteor and meteorites are found in asteroid belt, whereas these comets are found in Kuiper belt that travel towards the sun. Their tail faces opposite of the sun and head faces towards the sun. This point you have to remember here. You could definitely get a question. This is a very, very important aspect. Their tail faces opposite of the sun and their face is towards the sun. Then they become visible when they travel close to the sun due to this bright sunlight on those comets. Halley comet is famous, which appeared last time in 1986 and which reappears after every 76 years. This time line is important. Halley comet appears after every 76 years. So this is all from my side. I request every one of you to go through all these brain teasers which are very, very important for all kinds of examination. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Thank you.